Hello, my name is Michael Prikryl. I'm the regional organizer for Anonymous for the Voiceless for three regions: US West Coast, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Southeastern and Nordic Europe. And I will be giving a talk at VCOP-20 on January 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The talk will be on how to outreach people, how to talk to non-vegans and hold them accountable and lead them to a vegan conclusion. And this is based on the outreach approach by Anonymous for the Voices that has just recently been perfected into this brand new protocol and flowchart. So I hope to see you there.
I'm Marakita Solis of Climate Healers, and I'm excited today to be talking to Michael Prikryl, and he is one of our presenters at VCOP-20. So thanks for joining me, Michael.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to see your presentation, but I'd love to hear a little bit about your vegan journey. When did you become vegan and what inspired you?
So it was almost 9 years ago, actually a little over 9 years ago, I saw the documentary Earthlings. And that day I stopped eating meat. And it took me another maybe 7 months to realize other forms of animal exploitation is wrong as well. So that's when I went vegan 8.5 years ago, in the summer of 2016. But if I really look back at even longer ago, I think the awakening journey, and this could be true for other people too, started sooner. And even though it seems like it was a process and now it should be faster for people, given all the more education we have. I started reducing actually, but not for the animals, but it was more for health back in the mid 2000s. But I remember I was already looking only for vegan cosmetics back then because animal testing was already known to me and vivisection, and it was horrific. And and already back then I imagined myself in the position of the victim. And so it was really easy to just say, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna look for the vegan cosmetics, for I don't know what the signs, what the symbols were back then, if it said vegan or cruelty-free or something. So realizing all that, it's just I think it did help my journey come to that conclusion 8.5 years ago to go fully vegan.
Well, that's amazing that you had that awareness. Some people watch videos and it takes a while. So where are you located? And well, where are you located?
Yeah, I'm in the Czech Republic, in a smaller university town called Olomouc, about 2.5 hours east of Prague, or 2.5 hours north of Vienna.
Mm.
And but I used to live in Southern Oregon. I used to live also in Quebec and British Columbia. So I'm kind of forth and back. I sometimes go on an extensive journey to the United States every year or two for several months. So you could call me a perpetual traveler, actually.
Well, good. That's good to know. So if you come to Atlanta area, please look me up. And what
Definitely, yeah.
you can go in these beautiful forests like behind me.
Oh, yeah.
So what and would you say where you are now, are they very vegan friendly, or what are some vegan friendly areas that you visited?
So Yeah, Czech Republic has become, especially in the last, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years, really vegan friendly. Lots of different products. With the restaurants outside of Prague and Brno, the two biggest cities, it's still kind of iffy. I mean, they don't even, you go to a restaurant and they don't even have hardly any vegan options in this country. So you really have to look either for a vegan or vegetarian restaurant. There are quite a few vegetarian restaurants, which I never understand that logic. It's like, why don't you fully go vegan? Um, but yeah, Prague has been a great city for vegan restaurants. Prague used to even have vegan grocery stores. No longer, I think they're no longer there. So things also changed a little bit in a different direction that one would have not expected in the last couple of years in Prague. The other big city close to me is Vienna, Austria, and their veganism has been booming steadily. I think at some point it will surpass Prague with the amount of vegan restaurants, probably. It's not there yet. But Vienna now has 3 vegan supermarkets, and one of them is pretty sizable. It's like a small supermarket.
Well, that's really encouraging to know that it's really spreading because
Yeah, yeah.
definitely. And so, what about support in your family? Do you have a supportive family that are vegan or possibly went vegan, or friends that what did they think when you said you were going vegan? Did they want to watch the documentaries?
Well, they were not as open as I would like them to be. Um, my mom at some point went vegetarian, which is just not enough. I mean, it makes no difference in my eyes. Other than that, yeah, I do see some opening up, and she did say that she really doesn't like the animal agriculture, but she's not making the connection with the dairy. And so at some point, she stopped even being vegetarian. Again, I think it was this year or last year, I should say, 2024. And other friends were they were respectful. A lot of friends were respectful, kind of like, "Oh, I respect your decision," and but not like hardly any. I don't think any of my friends, like long-term friends, have gone vegan or have even watched the documentary. I mean, I did send some people the documentaries, Dominion. I did watch Dominion with one of my friends who's vegetarian, well, slash pescatarian. We both cried during the documentary, and she still hasn't made that switch.
Yeah, it's very interesting how people are on their own path. I don't know. I mean, it's very interesting, but yes. So,
Yeah.
well, and you said you kind of went in this direction because of health choices. Did you have health issues back then?
No, I actually didn't even have health issues. I've been healthy most of my life. But I've been really adamant about what to put in the body and listening to one's body and just keeping up the health, like preventively. And so I think that's why 20 years ago I started researching in what's better for my health. And I did realize that reducing the number one cause for all these diseases would be a smart choice. Today, I would say, well, too bad I didn't go vegan for the animals because the health is a positive side effect or bonus effect anyway. And it's really like all about giving justice to the animals because they're the ones who need our help. We need to give them back. And yeah, now of course I've been very healthy ever since I went vegan. The little few I would call them functional disorders that I had before going vegan, like headaches, they went away.
Right.
Allergies went away.
Oh, yes, allergies. Yes, I'm sure because you don't have the dairy, which is, yeah, inflammation and everything. So that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So you're very creative.
Yeah.
Tell me
Thanks.
about that.
Yeah. So I started playing piano when I was 5. Both my parents were musical. They both had pianos. I actually just found out a couple of years ago that we had two pianos. Oh, I didn't. I just found out, meaning I didn't remember anymore. And then my mom reminded me, yeah, we had two pianos. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's true. But the other one wasn't tuned, and so yeah, both of my parents had pianos. My dad was a really good guitar player. My mom was a really good pianist, classical pianist, and I went on this journey of classical piano until I found a jazz pianist, and then I continued with more jazz and rock, and then started writing songs. And here I am with 5 vegan songs, or 6, I think by now, 6 vegan songs that are released on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and counting. Looking for collaborations with people, and I'm scouting for really good lyrics that I can easily put music to, because I think there are a lot of great artists with great writing potential.
What kind of lyrics, in case somebody's watching?
Uh, any any lyrics that spreads the vegan message, and or any other lyrics. I mean, if you're writing lyrics about love, and I write lyrics, but I just noticed that I'm also really good at putting someone's poem into music.
Well, that's good to know. I'm
And
going to
I've
write some
done,
lyrics for you.
sorry,
I'm going to write some lyrics for you. I'll go home and
go ahead.
go
Yeah,
home. I guess I
yeah,
am home. I'll think about it. That'd be fun, right? Connecting back to Mother Earth, like climate healers, and connecting this whole realm of all living creatures and every little organism in the soil, right? How the soil is full of life, and
oh
how we're
yeah,
connected to everything.
the microbiome. Yeah,
Right, the
yeah,
microbiome. I love it. And so that sounds a lot like, I mean, it's very a spiritual kind of essence there. Are you a spiritual person, would you say?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely consider myself spiritual, and did a lot of research actually in the area of well, spirituality versus um, our physical existence, and how quantum physics plays the role in how the universe is all made up, and how it affects, how energy affects us, and positive thinking. Um,
Yeah, I love that. Now, I just took a class this week at my church. I go to Unity North, which is a Unitarian church, and we learning. I didn't know the difference between Orthodox and then the now I can't even think of the word. I mean, the whatever the word is, but I mean, I didn't know what an Orthodox church was as um and I actually have the notes right here. I would probably look and see what it was. But it's more of a New Thought church, but mysticism, right? And
mm,
so kind of like the mysticism is one with all, and it seems like that would be that could be beautifully expressed in music. I mean, I'm sure the Orthodox could be too,
oh,
but this whole encompassing in the spiritual musical sense. I mean, that's a great way to express your spirituality.
yeah. In fact, I was just thinking today, as you're talking about how everything's connected. I mean, the sad story of the Palisades fires in LA. But I believe that there's a connection now, weather-wise, all over the globe, because today we've had here in Central Europe freezing weather, like around 32, 30, 27 Fahrenheit. And just today, yesterday it started getting a bit warmer, down to like 40, and today it was 45, 46. And I would think, I mean, Santa Ana winds just don't just happen in near Santa Ana, but they happen all over the world, and they were just called this way. And so I think even on this level, everything's connected.
It is definitely connected. Every leaf that falls over here in Atlanta is going to affect, right, the rest of the world. We
Yeah,
are all connected. And so it's beautiful when I love talking to people that realize that deep spirituality of the earth. The Mother Earth is, when we have to take care of her, and that's what's so, the message that Climate Healers is trying to get out, and that we are in a time of crisis right now, where now I want to make sure I say this right. We don't need to, it's not our job to heal her. She will, it's our job to support and uplift her, to give her what she deserves. And she's fine without us, right? I mean, as long
right.
as we treat her with respect, then all is well. I mean, and there's no way. I mean, if we treat her with respect, then we will thrive, because we're not
Oh yeah,
disconnected from her. We are one.
yeah, absolutely agree that we don't need to worry so much about Mother Earth, but give her that support, as you said, and the respect. And well, the bottom line is to respect all other animals just as much as we want to be respected. And yeah, that's what my advocacy focuses on. That we're gonna talk about respect in my talk
At
at,
VCOP. And
at
so,
VCOP.
yeah, um, so and that's wonderful. How long have you been an advocate? Would you call it, how long would you consider yourself an advocate?
I would think seriously for 6.5, almost 7 years. Uh, Pretty much when I started AV in Olomouc, Czech Republic, and yeah, before I've done a little bit of online activism, but yeah,
And you
so
said
6.5
AV?
years. Yeah, Anonymous for the Voiceless,
Okay.
which which has been in existence for almost 9 years, and then in the Czech Republic for almost 7 years.
And so, did you have any hesitation, or were you always outgoing? Did you have to step outside your comfort zone for that?
Yeah, not really. I was always more outgoing, more on the extrovert side. Um, but I did have to get guidance on how to talk to people. Because when everything started, everybody was just talking like however they wanted, whatever came into their mind, and it quickly turned very ineffective. So
Mm.
we early on developed a protocol that has now been perfected to a flowchart, and that's what I'm gonna present there, and
Wonderful.
it's super effective.
And that's going to be at VCOP 20 on January 25th and 26th. So everybody that's
Exactly.
watching. And yes,
3 p.m. So it's gonna be on Saturday the 25th, 3 p.m.
Eastern Standard.
Eastern Eastern Standard Time.
All right, wonderful. Well, I hope everybody has heard that and putting it in your calendar. So thanks for having this little talk with us right now and letting us know
You're welcome.
insight to who you are. And we're looking forward to your presentation, Michael. So, well, then I will see you at VCOP, and I'll see everyone else there too.
See you there. Thanks for having me.
Bye, everybody.